Stoic Quotes. The timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius 1. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. This quote by Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of moral integrity and truthfulness in our actions and words. It encourages us to consider the consequences of our actions and the accuracy of our statements before acting or speaking. By stating, "If it is not right, do not do it," Marcus Aurelius urges us to always act in accordance with what is morally right. He reminds us to be mindful of our choices and to refrain from engaging in any actions that may be unethical, immoral, or harmful to ourselves or others. Similarly, when he says, "If it is not true, do not say it," Marcus Aurelius highlights the significance of honesty and accuracy in our communication. He encourages us to speak the truth and avoid spreading falsehoods, rumors, or misinformation. This reminds us to be responsible for our words and to consider the impact they may have on others. In essence, Marcus Aurelius's quote serves as a moral compass, guiding us to make conscious decisions and maintain integrity in both our actions and speech. It reminds us to strive for honesty, righteousness, and authenticity in all aspects of our lives. 2. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Marcus Aurelius. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. This profound statement by Marcus Aurelius encapsulates the philosophy that our perception and interpretation of life ultimately shape our experiences. At its core, this quote highlights the ever-changing nature of the universe. Change is a fundamental aspect of life, and the universe constantly evolves and transforms. Nothing remains stagnant. Everything is in a perpetual state of flux. Understanding and accepting this reality is essential to navigating our journey through life. However, what makes this quote truly powerful is its emphasis on the role of our thoughts in shaping our experiences. Marcus Aurelius suggests that our thoughts are the architects of our reality. How we perceive and interpret the world around us influences our emotions, actions, and ultimately, the outcomes we experience. If we choose to cultivate positive and optimistic thoughts, we are more likely to attract positive experiences and opportunities into our lives. On the other hand, if we allow negative and limiting thoughts to dominate our minds, we may find ourselves trapped in a cycle of negativity and struggle. This concept of the power of thought aligns with the principles of mindfulness and self-awareness. By becoming conscious of our thoughts and actively directing them towards positivity and growth, we can shape our lives in a more intentional and fulfilling way. However, it is important to note that this quote does not imply that we have complete control over external circumstances. We cannot control the universe or the events that occur around us. Instead, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we have agency over our internal world, our thoughts, and our reactions to the external world. In essence, this quote serves as a reminder that we hold the power to create our own reality through our thoughts. By choosing to cultivate positive, empowering, and growth-oriented thoughts, we can navigate the ever-changing universe with resilience, purpose, and joy. 3. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Marcus Aurelius. Expanding on the quote by Marcus Aurelius, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury," we can explore the concept of revenge and its alternative approach. At first glance, revenge might seem like the natural response to someone who has wronged us. It may feel satisfying to retaliate and inflict pain upon the person who has caused us harm. However, Marcus Aurelius suggests a different perspective. Instead of seeking revenge through similar actions, he proposes that the ultimate revenge is to be unlike the person who caused the injury. This means rising above the negativity and refusing to engage in a cycle of harm. It is about embodying virtues and principles that are contrary to the actions of the person who hurt us. By choosing not to stoop to their level, we demonstrate strength, integrity, and resilience. We show that we are above seeking revenge and that we prioritize our own personal growth and well-being. This approach is not about denying or suppressing our emotions, but rather about channeling them into constructive and positive actions. Being unlike the person who has harmed us requires developing qualities such as forgiveness, compassion, and understanding. It means refusing to let their actions define us or dictate our own behavior. Instead of seeking vengeance, we focus on healing ourselves and moving forward with grace and dignity. This approach also allows us to break the cycle of negativity and resentment. Seeking revenge often perpetuates a cycle of harm, where one act of revenge leads to another, creating a never-ending cycle of pain and suffering. By choosing to be unlike the person who injured us, we disrupt this cycle and pave the way for personal growth and positive change. Ultimately, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that revenge does not lead to true satisfaction or resolution. It only perpetuates negativity and keeps us stuck in a cycle of anger and bitterness. The best revenge, then, is to rise above the injury and choose a path of virtue and self-improvement. By doing so, we reclaim our power and find inner peace, leaving behind the need for revenge and embracing a more fulfilling and meaningful way of life. 4. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. This quote by Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and philosopher, encourages us to stop wasting time debating and discussing what qualities make a person good or virtuous, and instead focus on embodying those qualities ourselves. Rather than getting caught up in theoretical debates about morality and the characteristics of a good person, Aurelius urges us to take action and lead by example. He emphasizes that the most effective way to promote goodness is to actively practice it in our own lives. By emphasizing the importance of personal virtue, Aurelius suggests that the best way to influence others and create positive change is through our own actions. Instead of engaging in fruitless arguments about what it means to be a good person, we should strive to live according to our own moral principles and demonstrate those qualities in our daily lives. This quote serves as a reminder that actions speak louder than words. It encourages us to focus on personal growth and self-improvement rather than getting caught up in theoretical debates. Ultimately, Aurelius suggests that the true measure of a good person lies in their character and how they live their lives, rather than in empty discussions about what it means to be virtuous. 5. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Marcus Aurelius. This quote by Marcus Aurelius highlights the idea that happiness does not depend on external circumstances, but rather on one's internal mindset. According to Aurelius, a happy life can be achieved with minimal external possessions or achievements, as true happiness lies within oneself. The quote suggests that happiness is not determined by material wealth, social status, or other external factors. Instead, it emphasizes the importance of one's thoughts and perspective in shaping their experience of life. Aurelius implies that by cultivating a positive and grateful mindset, one can find contentment and happiness regardless of external circumstances. In essence, this quote encourages individuals to focus on their own thoughts and attitudes as the key to a happy life. It suggests that by adopting a positive mindset and choosing to see the good in every situation, one can find happiness and fulfillment from within themselves. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. In this quote, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that true strength lies within ourselves and not in external circumstances. He emphasizes that we have control over our own minds and thoughts, and that this control is where our true power lies. Often we can find ourselves feeling overwhelmed or powerless due to events or situations that are outside of our control. However, Aurelius encourages us to shift our focus inward and recognize that it is our reactions and interpretations of these events that truly shape our experience. By acknowledging our power over our own minds, we can learn to navigate through challenges with strength and resilience. We can choose to view obstacles as opportunities for growth, setbacks as lessons, and adversities as fuel for our personal development. When we fully grasp the idea that external events do not have the power to control our inner state, we become empowered. We can find strength in the knowledge that we have the ability to choose our thoughts, attitudes, and perspectives. This realization allows us to detach ourselves from the outcomes of external circumstances and instead focus on cultivating inner peace and contentment. Ultimately, Aurelius reminds us that by recognizing and harnessing our power over our own minds, we can find the strength needed to face any challenge that comes our way. It is through this inner strength that we can navigate life's ups and downs with resilience, grace, and a sense of personal empowerment. 7. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, once stated, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This thought-provoking quote emphasizes the significant role that our thoughts play in shaping our overall well-being and happiness. When we consider the quality of our thoughts, we are essentially acknowledging the power they hold over our emotions, actions, and ultimately our happiness. Our thoughts create the lens through which we perceive the world and interpret our experiences. If our thoughts are predominantly negative, filled with self-doubt or pessimism, it can lead to unhappiness and dissatisfaction in life. On the other hand, if we cultivate positive and constructive thoughts, we can foster a more optimistic outlook and enhance our overall happiness. By consciously choosing to focus on gratitude, self-empowerment, and mindfulness, we can shift our mindset towards a more positive and fulfilling perspective. This can lead to increased contentment, resilience, and a greater sense of well-being. Furthermore, the quote reminds us that we have control over our thoughts, despite the external circumstances we may face. While we cannot always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond to it. By cultivating a habit of positive thinking and focusing on the things within our control, we can navigate life's challenges with a greater sense of peace and happiness. In conclusion, Marcus Aurelius's quote serves as a powerful reminder of the profound influence our thoughts have on our happiness. By consciously choosing to cultivate positive and constructive thoughts, we can shape our perception of the world and ultimately enhance our overall well-being. It highlights the importance of taking ownership of our thoughts and actively working towards nurturing a positive and optimistic mindset, creating a life that is truly meaningful and fulfilling.
8. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This profound statement holds a deep understanding of the power of our thoughts and their influence on our inner essence. When we think of the soul, we often refer to the core of our being, the intangible part that defines who we are. It is the essence that transcends the physical and connects us to something greater. According to Aurelius, our thoughts have the ability to shape and color this soul, shaping our very existence. Just as the dye can permeate and transform the fabric it touches, our thoughts have the power to imbue our soul with their essence. Positive and uplifting thoughts can infuse our souls with brightness, joy, and optimism. They can create a vibrant and harmonious inner landscape that radiates outwardly, influencing our actions, relationships, and overall well-being. On the other hand, negative and destructive thoughts can stain our souls with darkness, sadness, and despair. They can taint our perception of the world, cloud our judgment, and lead us down a path of negativity. The thoughts we entertain can shape our beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors, ultimately influencing the course of our lives. Aurelius's words remind us of the importance of cultivating a positive and mindful mindset. By consciously choosing our thoughts, we can actively shape the color of our souls. It is within our power to direct our focus toward gratitude, kindness, and compassion, allowing these qualities to permeate our being and color our soul with their radiant hues. Practicing mindfulness and self-awareness enables us to observe our thoughts and recognize their impact on our inner state. By cultivating a habit of positive thinking, we can gradually transform our soul, elevating it towards greater wisdom, love, and inner peace. In essence, Aurelius encourages us to become conscious architects of our own souls. Our thoughts act as the brushes and colors, and with each stroke, we create our own masterpiece. By choosing thoughts that align with our values and aspirations, we can create a soul that reflects the beauty and goodness we wish to embody. Therefore, let us reflect on Aurelius's wisdom and strive to fill our minds with thoughts of love, gratitude, and compassion. By doing so, we can paint our souls with vibrant and uplifting colors, creating a life that is truly meaningful and fulfilling. 9. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. This quote by Marcus Aurelius highlights the idea that obstacles and challenges in life should not be viewed as setbacks, but rather as opportunities for growth and progress. According to Aurelius, the very things that stand in our way can become the path to success. In essence, he suggests that instead of being discouraged by obstacles, we should embrace them and find ways to overcome them. The impediment itself can serve as a catalyst for action, propelling us forward and spurring us to find creative solutions. Aurelius believed that it is through facing and overcoming challenges that we develop strength, resilience, and wisdom. By reframing obstacles as pathways to improvement, we can change our perspective and approach to adversity. This philosophy encourages us to confront difficulties head-on, acknowledging that they are an inevitable part of life. Rather than avoiding or complaining about obstacles, we should confront them with courage and determination. By doing so, we can turn what seemed like barriers into opportunities for personal and professional growth. Ultimately, Aurelius teaches us that the impediments we encounter should not be seen as roadblocks, but rather as stepping stones towards success. By embracing these obstacles and finding the way through them, we can achieve our goals and become better versions of ourselves in the process. 10. The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. Marcus Aurelius. Expanding on the quote by Marcus Aurelius, "The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away," we can understand that true wealth lies not in accumulating material possessions, but in the act of giving and sharing. In a world that often equates wealth with material abundance, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that true wealth is not measured by the possessions we accumulate, but rather by the impact we have on others and the world around us. When we give away our wealth, whether it be in the form of money, possessions, or even our time and energy, we are creating a lasting impact that goes beyond our own personal gain. By sharing our resources with others, we contribute to the betterment of society and create a ripple effect of generosity and compassion.